Welcome! This video will show you how to use Moodle to collect student feedback to help decide what to focus on in class and discover which topics may need further clarification. If you set this up, you may also discover that students who are a little less vocal during class might feel more comfortable posting questions in Moodle that you can address during class. So for example, you can set up a pre-class feedback opportunity each week and encourage students to post questions before class that you'll address during class. And you may even consider offering extra credit points for students who post regularly. Or you could set aside the last 2 to 3 minutes of class and have students post questions or comments before they leave, and then help you prepare for the following class period. The Moodle Forum tool is a simple way to collect student questions and comments. You can add a discussion forum for every week and encourage students to post the questions to the forums on a regular basis. And if you set up a forum, you can keep it as a non-graded item, or you could set it up as a graded item and award students extra credit for participating. So to get started, and actually here's a quick example of that already set up. We'll walk through how to set something like this up right now. To get started, choose Add an Activity or Resource. So I'm going to do that here. And then go ahead and choose Forum. And give your forum a title that encourages students to post. So some kind of action verb usually is a good call to action. And you may also want to add a description. Okay, now here's the trick to setting up a very simple forum like this. Under Forum Type, instead of the standard forum, go ahead and pick a single simple discussion. This will keep your forum as simple as possible. So it will be a simple threaded forum with a single discussion for everyone to participate in. This makes it easier to keep track of the thread of the discussion and makes it harder for students' questions and comments to get buried, as they sometimes do in that standard forum type that was the default. Now go ahead and double check and go to Common Module Settings and just make sure that the forum's group mode is set to no groups. So generally this is the default, but if it's not, go ahead and set it to no groups. And that just means that the entire class will be able to see everyone else's post. The students won't be separated into groups or subdivided or any way. So this is just a forum that the whole class shares, a simple forum. And if you simply want to set up the forum to be open for student posts, that's really all you have to do. So if you're not wanting to award extra credit or anything, you can just go ahead and click Save and Display here. And you're pretty much set. You'll see that there's a little prompt at the top for students, and all they have to do is click Reply, and they'll be able to post their comments and questions. So now let's say you want to award students extra credit. That's only a couple extra steps to set up here. And let's assume for now that you only want to award students a maximum of 1 extra credit point per forum, which is sort of a good standard to start from. So it's going to go back into Edit Settings here under the Forum Administration. And this Ratings section is what you're going to need to work with here. So under Ratings, select the aggregate type of Sum of Ratings. And that just simply sums up all of the ratings that the students receive in the forum and reduces it into their grade for that forum. And then under maximum points, since we said we really only want each forum to be worth a maximum total of 1 point, turn this into a 1 here. So you do want to keep it at point value, but just set the maximum points to 1. The final step is now making sure that this forum is counted as extra credit and not as regular credit. So you'll notice we haven't set up the extra credit feature of this yet. In order to do that, you're actually going to have to go into the Moodle Gradebook to finish this final step of setting it up as extra credit. So to do that, click Save and Return to Course. And then head over, so we'll see our forum was created here. Now click into the Grades section of Moodle. And go ahead and choose your Gradebook Setup from this drop-down menu up at the top here. And in the Gradebook Setup menu, you should see your new forum at the very bottom. You're going to want to go ahead and click Edit, Edit Settings. And we're just going to edit the settings for this forum so that it is extra credit. So there's this checkbox here at the bottom. Simply check that, save the changes, and that forum will now be extra credit. So if points are awarded to students for that forum, it will only count as extra credit for them. And you can tell that that's set up successfully because this plus icon here indicates that that point is only counting as extra credit for students and is not part of their expected final grade. So, final question is, how do you actually grade students for the forum if you're wanting to award extra credit? We're going to click back into the main site and have a sample here of some students who've already submitted some posts. So to grade students, this was our demo forum here. Click into the forum. And if you want to award a point for any post, so you thought it was particularly substantive or just the student posed an interesting question, go ahead and use this ratings drop-down menu here to give the student a point. And that's really all you have to do. These points will be automatically transferred to the gradebook and they'll be counted as extra credit. And if you want to see that, you can head back into the grades. And you'll see that our students now have a point for that forum. So it's as simple as that. Setting up a forum, it can be graded or ungraded, but just a really simple way to get feedback from students and field some of their questions, and just make sure to incorporate it as a meaningful part of your class throughout the semester, and you may see some interesting participation patterns. Thanks, and happy Moodling.